Yeah, well, I'm just watching the boxing. Obviously, it's a whack undercard to the Joe Cordina Ogawa fight. And we just had a, so-called Australian prospect, Skye Nicholson, boxer, so-called world champion. I mean, I say this about Skye Nicholson. She's a pretty lass, She's attractive. Yeah, she looked good in red tonight. Natural good looks, very smiley, likable. Triple B would have liked to take her out for a drink in the old days, But he's not that way now. But yeah, I mean, I don't think she's a rug muncher, which makes a change, man. The women's boxing seems to be full of ugly rug munchers, But let's review the fight, man. It was absolutely awful, man. Terrible, terrible, terrible. She's awful, man. She's slow. She misses a lot of shots. She closes her eyes all the time. Yeah. She closes her eyes all the time. This is a woman who's had, according to BoxRec, 139 amateur fights and fought in the Olympics. Yeah. I mean, how can you be that bad after 139 amateur fights? And BoxRec records often are not complete, although someone's clearly been updating the women's boxing because a lot of those amateur fights are out there. But she probably had more than 139 fights, man. Yeah. And it's just... Man, the other woman, a supposed former world champion, with a record of 15 wins, 10 losses and 1 draw. She looked about 55. She was flabby. She was awful. She obviously wasn't fit, man. This... Skye Nicholson, obviously they're trying to sell her because she's cute and they know that sells tickets, They talk about female boxing, but it's just about the agenda. And obviously, having a couple of women that are cute, men will start watching. That's why they push Ebony Bitches, even though she's awful. And that Shannon Corney, she's got a face like a builder's elbow. This huge head. But, she's halfway attractive compared to some of the dogs in women's boxing. But it's pathetic, and how anyone can take this stuff seriously, I just don't know. They probably call her the white female Nazim Hamid. Because she keeps her hands low and her footwork is apparently amazing, according to Darren Barker. It's embarrassing. She looks like a featherweight female Huey Fury who can't fight. It's basically a poor sparring session between two fitness boxers, which is ironic because one of them weren't even fit anyway. It was weird. That Nichols is snapping at one of the trainers or whatnot in the corner because he's trying to jeer up like, come on, you need to do this. This is Skye Nicholson time or whatever. Like it's Ali Frazier in a close fight. Even Skye knows it's a walkover in a sparring session. Yeah. Like I said, this Darren Barker, and the other guy, whoever he is, said, a very, very good fight tonight. A great boxer. So, I mean, these guys, man, they're high. I mean, they're obviously not. But, how could... A real boxer cannot fool himself watching that nonsense. They know it's nonsense and rubbish. Obviously, he's got to jeer up because he's on the company, man. You can't go, this is the biggest load of absolute shit I've ever seen, man. These women can fight their way out of a brown paper bag, even if it was wet, which is probably what he thinks. But, he'll sit there with that shit-eating grin on his face, telling us how great it is. Yeah. It really is. I think, like I said, that Skye Nicholson boxed in the Olympics, and she lost to Katie Artinsall, right, who a rug muncher. And I don't think she was a rug muncher before she met Katie Price, and then she turned into rug munching, and they're like the couple, the Libyan couple that have been pushed. This whole boxing game and world is just degenerate, sick, terrible. I mean, you know what? I'd put up with women's boxing if it had a standard, but what it does is annoy me. And I got to sit through this. I wasted I don't know. How much of it? Well, they were only in the ring for they do 2-minute rounds, 8 rounds, 16 minutes, plus 7 minutes of rest. Right? So what's that? 23 minutes, something like that. And but you know, I've got to watch the hype, the weigh-in, the interviews. You know, it's pathetic, man. And this undercard's whack anyway. Yeah, you know, I don't know why I bother watching it. I don't know why I bother watching boxing. I just should watch just the main event, man. You know, the best thing you can say is, you know, if for the perv boxing brothers out there, and it should be one, you know, at least you got a normal pair of natural breasts, yo.